is going to be the impact on my product? What is going to be the impact on my demand, and how can I influence that in the market? So a little bit more on the Watson IoT platform. So as we said, it has all the connectors in place. You don't have to be worried about if you have an existing PLC system, if you have an existing set of IoT devices, you don't have to worry. There are a lot of partners who are working with us to make sure their solutions. It's like if I go back to the Apple Store or Google Play Store, that's what is going to happen. So there will be, so it's an open source. So there are people who are developing solutions on this. It's quite possible one of your solutions is already available on the platform. You don't have to go and invest in the entire platform. You just have to go with the solution that is required. We are also investing a lot in terms of bringing Watson capabilities in each and every solution. So try to imagine the computer which helped Americans land on the moon. The same technology is available to us. Now the only difference here is this technology available in bits and pieces. So end of the day, it is a set of algorithms. If I have to simplify it, it is a set of algorithms. Earlier, we were not able to break those algorithms from, let's say, complex to, let's say, low complex kind of thing, which was required for my business problem, as compared to a complexity that is involved in terms of controlling the n number of things to land somebody on the moon. We are able to break that, and that technology is available at your in your fingertips. So that's what is going to be the power of Watson. So there are going to be various industry solutions that will be coming up as we move along. We have today around 50 plus industry solutions. That doesn't mean that a particular solution works for a particular industry also. It is basically more driven in terms of a problem. So if that problem is persistent or it's there in some other industry as well, you will still be able to use it. The objective here is you don't have to kind of keep creating the solution again and again. There is something which is available 70–80% today, probably 6 months, a year down the line, it will be much more matured and probably 90–100%, which will solve your problem.
Technology has helped us go further, go faster, go to the moon, solve problems previous generations couldn't imagine. But can technology think? Watson can. IBM Watson is a technology unlike any that's come before. Because rather than force humans to think like a computer, Watson interacts with humans on human terms. Watson can read and understand natural language, like the tweets, texts, articles, studies, and reports that make up as much as 80% of the data in the world. A simple internet search can't do that. When asked a question, Watson generates a hypothesis and comes up with both a response and a level of confidence. And then Watson shows you the steps it took to get to that response. In a way, Watson is reasoning. You don't program Watson, you work with Watson. And through your interactions with it, it learns, just like we do. Every experience you give it makes it smarter and faster. But in addition to learning, Watson can also teach. A new generation of doctors are helping Watson learn the language of medicine. In turn, Watson is helping teach doctors by providing possible treatment options. Watson is learning the language of finance to help investment advisors recommend the best way to plan for retirement. The IBM Watson Engagement Advisor can react to a caller's questions and help operators find the right answers faster. The IBM Watson Discovery Advisor helps researchers uncover patterns that are hiding in mountains of data and then share these new insights with colleagues. With Watson Analytics, you can ask Watson a question, and Watson can show you what the data means in a way that's easy for anyone to understand and share. The IBM Watson Developers Cloud offers software vendors and developers the technology and tools they need to take advantage of Watson's cognitive power. Accessible on the cloud, anytime. Watson needs you. This generation of problem solvers is going to learn much faster with Watson, and Watson in turn will learn much faster with us. Developers will solve new problems. Business leaders will ask bigger questions. And together, we'll do things generations before couldn't dream of. What will you do with Watson?
So this is the cognitive systems era, as I said. We moved from tabulating machines or tables, data analytics, to what we call today is the cognitive era, where we try and develop relationship from structured, unstructured data and try to see if we can resolve business problems. So for want of time, I'll skip some of these slides, but I just wanted to give a few examples of what we are doing today with Watson. So fashion industry, as I said, we are studying fashion industry. Watson is studying fashion industry to try and understand what will be the impact of that on the fashion, on the demands that are going to be there in the market, and working with them. Watson actually is working with chefs to decide what are the kind of ingredients, if used, can develop a particular kind of taste. Try to understand, a computer trying to understand the meaning of taste. It is going to be that difficult. So it is like you and me saying, oh, it's bitter, it's kind of sour, it's sweet. That is what the system is going to know. Today, there are a bunch of lawyers in the US who are afraid because Watson actually is doing their job. The basic information in terms of any legal advice is available from Watson. So if any of your friends are studying law, please tell them to stop or find an alternate profession. No, auditors will continue. Auditors will continue because it's a regulatory thing. But anyway, see, the idea is there is a change in terms of how computers have been working. We have moved from what we call as programming to learning and making the computer learn along with us. So it's no longer, as I said again, it's no longer where I come with saying that this is a server, this is a computer, it has been programmed to work. It is not like that. It's more like this is a computer, give me data, work with the computer, make it understand. Make it understand what is it that has happened in the past. And it will try and come up with saying that, okay, I see certain amount of reasoning. And we'll still have this debate, this endless debate, whether artificial intelligence will replace human being or not. If you ask me, I don't have an answer. End of the day, you still have that, what we call human beings as gut feeling. The gut feeling always at times turns out to be right than a system. So I don't have an answer to that. But what I definitely know is there are going to be 99% issues or problems which are going to come in the future for which the answer is today, which is the artificial intelligence. The more and more program systems, computers that we are going to start teaching them, that's what is going to be the future. So, if you want to see the future, it's actually going to be something like this. Your mobile phone actually is talking to somebody which backend is a computer. It's going to be an artificial intelligence. Today, when you chat with any of your Make My Trip or any of your banking customers, 6 months, a year down the line, there is a possibility the person sitting there is not a person actually. It's a computer which is chatting with some 100, 200 people at the same time, giving answers based on the database that it has created over a period of time. And after a while, it realizes, okay, I'm not able to answer all the questions. That's where it goes to the second or the third level where actually human being is going to be there. I don't know how many of you read Economic Times. There is an article which said that there is a lot of jobs that are going to go. The repetitive jobs which are going to be, which was actually our strength today, the BPO kind of organizations, they are also looking at saying that if it is going to be repetitive, why should a human being do it? Why can't a system do it and give me exceptions? So this is the Robo Pepper, which actually sits today in Japan's SoftBank. You should be able to see this, if I'm not wrong, in Delhi airport in a couple of months. It will be kind of roaming like you go on a Delhi airport and you can start asking questions and it will answer a couple of your questions. Hilton, when you go and check into a Hilton hotel in US, you actually don't speak to a person, you speak to this guy. He's sitting there taking your reservations and all the data and giving you all the information. That's what is going to happen in future. And this Watson computer probably is answering something which you have asked on your mobile phone, iPhone, or a call that is happening with the call center. So this is the future. This is what is going to be the future, the artificial intelligence. So this is what I had. I'm open for any questions I don't know how we are doing on time, but I guess we can take a few questions, right? So whoever is going to ask a question will get a robo.
We were in Portugal recently for, hello, yeah. We were in Portugal recently, me and our president for ISACA Global Leadership Meet, and we could make out that after seeing European countries that a lot of human beings are going to be replaced in the future with the technology, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, let me put it this way, there is going to be a change in what I say as a common man, there is going to be change in lifestyle.
Lifestyle change.
As simple as that. I mean, who would ever think that I would be using mobile phone and doing so many transactions? I forget it. I mean, who used to ever feel in India a rickshaw or a vegetable vendor will have a mobile phone or the quote unquote missed call technology which is being used in India? So things are going to change. I think what is more important is the way I see it is the quality of life is going to be much more different. I wouldn't say good because I'll just leave it to us to think, but it's going to be much more different. The problems are going to be different. The competition is going to be different, completely different. So the question, if I've understood the question is how are we geared up from a curriculum perspective, from making sure the next set of generation.
In your company, have you got the required people in the world to do all this? Or, I mean, it will be a big change.
So let me break the problem in two. One is in terms of the new generation that is going to come up. As you rightly said, I don't know, the fear is by the time they educate, the entire industry will change. So whatever they have learned will be gone. So I don't know, I don't have an answer to that. But yes, we are working with various agencies and the government is also keen in terms of trying to understand how it is more broader, from a broader sense in the industry and the education, which has to work hand in hand. But from a enterprise perspective, from an industry perspective, how well we are prepared, I would say that from manpower perspective, I think we are better off because by our DNA we are intelligent and there is no two doubts about it. By our DNA we are hardworking. So, and again my assessment that the reason why we are hardworking and intelligent because we have the fear of not getting something, fear of not able to achieve something. Whereas the other countries are more laid back in terms of, I mean, it's okay for you to have a BMW and then lose everything and don't have anything. That's okay. In our country, it's not like that. If I have a BMW, I have to make sure I have it till my kids grow up and they buy one more. Something of that sort. So from that perspective, I think we will still be on the edge of learning, I would say. But it will address 20, 30, probably 40% of the industry needs. The 60% or more than 50%, the gap needs to be, and it's actually to be, for us, it's a big concern. I mean, if suddenly things change, it's going to have a big impact in terms of what the economy is, what the industry is going to look like. Yeah.
Sort of Watson-powered applications.
Yes, so the question is, are there any open applications that are possible? So there are various applications. Unfortunately, the slide I removed it. There is a link. I will send the link. I think you can take it from them, where you will be able to go load your data and do analysis based on that. No, it's available. But the only thing is the data is on the cloud. So you have to be sure that you don't I mean, your data is public, let me put it this way. So you have to be careful on that.
That computer can never supersede a human brain. I feel so. It's a correct statement because, after all, the human brain is the creator of all these intelligence, and created things can never supersede a creator, you know. So in my way, whatsoever the intelligence comes and all the cognitive intelligence comes and all those things, after all, the human brain has made it all, you know. So in my opinion, that day will never come when it will really supersede the human brain.
Yeah.
It's predicted at 13 years.
It may be faster, prompter,
I think-
that's another thing.
I think 2029 is the year predicted
Otherwise,
when.
something negative will also started happening, you know.
I mean, you would have read about the accident the driverless cars have had, right? Yeah. So,
Autonomous vehicles.
so there are these cases. I mean, the question that came up was why would the computer not be intelligent enough to understand? So it will take time. It will take time. But yeah, as you said, right. Again, the assessment is it may never happen. So,
Okay.
but I mean, I would suggest go to all those sci-fi movies and relook at those movies. That is what is going to happen in reality today.
Okay. I think we'll end the session. Deepak, thanks for a wonderful session and a glimpse of the future technology to come up, the cognitive analytics. I think
Thank you.